Kailangan for your MAPEH, okay, Music, Arts, PE, and Health exam. Okay, let's start first with music. Tell us about Johann Sebastian Bach and his time at St. Michael's in Lüneburg.
You mean the story?
Yes?
So, and then after he got the book, he put it back, and his brother Christoph was mad at him now. So he wanted to he wanted to stay there at Lüneburg,
Mm-hmm.
so he can hear the music. Yeah, he loved the music. So he went with his friend that was also going there, and it was 200 miles, and he had to walk there by himself with his friends.
Whoa.
I mean, with his friend.
Okay.
So and then, when it was getting evening, he was very tired. So and then he saw a man with hay on the back of his truck. Wait, no, it wasn't a truck. So and then he wanted to go on it, so he asked to go on it, and then he said, just the next turn I'll stop. And then when he lied down on it, he was finally so happy to go on it. So and then he went off, and then he kept on walking with his friend.
Mm-hmm.
So and then when he was here, there was this big man at the door, and then he said, "Where have you come from?" And then they said where they lived. I forgot where it is. And then he said, "What, there? That's 200 miles from here. You must be very, very tired." And then he welcomed them inside because they were very tired. So and then he went inside, and it was very, very cool inside. And then he saw the master playing in the violin, and she was like, he was playing it, and then he heard the music, and it was very good. And then everybody left except him to talk to him. Then he talked to him, and he was very good. Yeah.
Okay. So, what happened to Johann Sebastian Bach when he arrived in Lüneburg? Did he get in the school?
He wanted to, and then they wanted to see his music so he can get into school.
Okay. Alright, what about, can you hum one of Bach's compositions, the Minuet?
Oh.
Okay. Next, about Michelangelo. You painted one of his frescoes. Can you tell us about it?
The creation of the sun and the moon. Yeah. And the planets.
Alright. Where can you find it?
You can find it somewhere on the wall, but somewhere like, I forgot where it is. Somewhere here in the ceiling.
Yes.
It's so hard to memorize where it is.
Okay, but is he still alive today, Michelangelo?
Yes. I don't know.
Okay. Alright. For PE, tell us about your experience with swimming, ice skating, and surfing.
It's so fun there.
Okay.
I don't know which one's my favorite.
Okay. What lesson did you learn from the three?
I learned
Swimming first.
swimming. Nobody's gonna save you except you. And you just have to wait and float.
Okay.
Like a floaty.
Do you know how to swim?
Yes, but not in the very, 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 very deep.
But it's the same water. Deep or shallow, it's the same.
Yeah, but I can swim in the 10 feet.
I know, I've seen you. What makes you brave in the 10 feet deep pool?
Actually, for the 10 feet deep pool, it just looks as big as the ground to the ceiling in our house, like over here. It actually just looks like that, and I think it's just like, for me, it looks like 5 feet only, but it's actually 10 feet.
Do you know how to float on the water?
Yeah, I know. I didn't know how to doggy paddle when I was 5 years old.
How old are you now?
8.
When did you turn 8?
Last Monday. Last Monday.
Okay. Oh, what was your birthday wish?
To have fun.
And did you?
Yes.
Where?
Surfing.
Tell me about surfing.
About surfing, it's all about balance, and in jiu-jitsu there's a surfing game that you have to surf on people's backs, so I got prepared. So you have to, like, imagine this is the person, and then they'll go and keep on going. But for surfing, it's this fast. It's like, but for us it's like, yeah. But on the surfboard, it's much more flatter, much more not slippery. It's like, it's only like this slippery. That's it. It's not like,
Did you get scared of the waves?
no.
You
But
were in the ocean.
Yeah, but it was not that deep.
Okay.
It
What
was
about if
like
you're at the deep
this.
pool? Deep part of the ocean.
Then I will go on your back like a submarine.
Okay. Alright, what about ice skating?
For ice skating, you have to never give up, and you have to handle the pain in your feet
Why?
because it wasn't tight enough, and the size wasn't. It was small a little. I mean, it was big a little bit. It was like it covered only like this much space.
Okay. What did you enjoy the most?
I enjoyed how to go fast. I was like,
Where?
in ice skating. It was like, I was like this fast. Sophie and Zan were like this fast. I was like that fast. But I wasn't. I was holding on to a polar bear, of course. I was like, I was like,
Okay, what about if I were to ask you which is your most favorite? Top 1, 2, 3.
swimming. Third, Ice skating and surfing also, it's so much fun.
So which is second?
I don't know, there's no second or first.
Okay.
I can't pick.
Alright. Okay. About health. Can you tell me your experience with cooking mac and cheese
Yummy.
and steak?
Oh, steak is my favorite to cook
Why?
because you have to handle the pain.
What pain?
Because when I flip the steak over, like, yeah, but I learned the saying, no pain, no gain.
Yeah.
Because if you don't get the pain, then you don't get the food. And the food won't be yummier. So I had to handle that situation.
How do you prepare the steak?
How do I prepare the steak? How to cook it. So first, you have to put olive oil, and then
On the what?
on the pan, and then you wait for it to really get hot, and then you put the steak on and wait for a bit, and then you have to put the butter, and then you have to wait for like 5 minutes or 6, and then flip, and then you have to flip every 5 or 6 minutes.
How do you know when it's cooked?
You wait for 5 or 6 minutes.
So do you time it?
Yes, we count.
Okay.
Daddy counts in his mind and I count out loud.
Okay.
And after that, it's finished. So we have to cut it, and that's the hardest part. You have to cut 5 or 4 pieces of steak. And the steaks are like this big. So we have to cut it into this small of
What do you
pieces.
use for cutting?
Knives, of course.
Alright.
Like, Daddy has this big of a knife, and I have this big of a knife. It's not fair. Daddy just has the bigger knife.
What do you usually match with steak?
Steak oil.
No, I mean, what other meal do you match with steak?
Probably olives, egg, broccoli.
Yes.
Broccoli.
Okay. Do you know how to prepare broccoli?
I remember he put broccoli in a bowl and put water, and then you have to put baking soda or another ingredient or baking soda
Yes.
into the bowl, and then you have to clean it so the germs can get away from the broccoli. Then you have to clean it, and then you just have to wait and then get the broccoli, and then you have to dry it, and then you can eat it.
Alright. What about we've been coughing for how many days now? Why do you think we're coughing? Where did we get that from?
I don't know. Mandy? Mandy sneezes 10 times in 10 seconds.
But Mandy's a cat.
Yeah, a cat can spread.
Okay. So
Mandy
can you get it
sneezes.
by touching?
No. Mandy sneezes everywhere around the house, so when we sit on it or when we go on it, it just goes onto our body all the way to our mouths and mouth.
So how do you think we can be cured from coughing?
Let Mandy stay in one room that we don't go in. Like, Mandy sleeps in Lolo's room, which is here behind those. And sometimes she sleeps in the sleeping room, like the room that we all sleep in, and she also sleeps in there too. So when we're sleeping, the germs go on the ground, floor, and then ceiling, and then drip, and then onto our bodies.
Alright. Okay. Okay, thank you, Lakan.